You are now listening to the Divorce Diaries podcast with your host, well, that's a secret. No names, ages, or any other identifying characteristics will be used as we protect the young and innocent. You'll be taken on a journey as one man considers getting a divorce or remaining married. The Divorce Diaries daily entries chronicle the decision-making processes in real time as they unfold day by day. He hopes to add a bit of clarity to his sometimes muddled mess of a marriage. Cheating, overspending, sex, sadness, and betrayal are the characteristics of this marriage. Is he making the right choice? Welcome to the Divorce Diaries. Entire seasons are released on Patreon weeks before anywhere else. At Divorce Diaries Podcast Patreon page. Link below in description. Now for today's episode.
This is the Divorce Diaries 2.0. What this podcast probably should have been from the very start. Now that I understand that everything that I was doing was a outpouring of emotion and ranting and anger toward external things like my wife, sometimes my children, finances, my own insecurities. Everything that I choose to record on the Divorce Diaries is going to just be a diary of me and what I think. Not from a place of hurt, but from a place of experience, I think. Not from a place of anger, but from a place of understanding. Yes, I'm a man that, at the time of this recording, is married. I may be a man by the time this ever gets posted, if it ever gets posted. That is a man that is still married, or maybe I'm divorced. I don't know, and that's neither here nor there. All I know is I've had a significant paradigm shift, and I've listened to a book that has had a significant impact on me. Two of them, actually. I'm halfway through the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People by Stephen Covey, and I finished Too Good to Leave and Too Bad to Stay. I believe that's what it's called, by Mira Kirschenbaum. Maybe I can look it up. I'm in my recent audio books. I think that's it. Hang on. It's called Too Good to Leave, Too Bad to Stay by Mira Kirschenbaum. Yeah. That book has been monumental in helping me understand that I'm really angry, or I was really angry. I mean, I still am, but I'm not as angry as I was, so therefore I'm not as hurt as I was. I didn't understand how much anger would actually cloud me as a husband, as a man, and as a father, and how when you are clouded, your judgment is off, you say and do things that, sometimes they're just too heavy-handed and they're just flat out wrong. Because when you can't see straight, you walk into things. And that's what I was doing. I'm not going to post any more of the, we'll just call it Divorce Diaries 1.0, the anger diaries, the rantings of a frustrated man. But now I do hope to help myself and maybe help anyone that listens to this from a calmer place, from a place of reflection, where maybe, just maybe, I can say, here's what I went through in a different context. Here's what I learned from that experience, and here's what I understand to be the next best thing for me to do in this situation. I don't want my podcast to reflect anger, because I feel like if that's what my podcast is going to reflect, my diary entries are going to reflect, then it's probably just going to make other people angry. And I don't want that. I didn't really have a goal for what I wanted at all. I just didn't want to hurt anyone's feeling. I mean, I just wanted to exclaim my feelings in a way that someone would listen to me, because I didn't feel heard. So one, I guess we can start there. At this first episode of the rebooted Divorce Diaries podcast. You've got to be heard. And I think a good thing to understand is, as a man, a woman, a married person, a person in a relationship, a person seeking a relationship, another person can't be all things to you. And if you expect that they can or should, you're likely setting your relationship up for failure, because how can the person that's supposed to be the person you want to be intimate with all the time, start a business with, raise a family with, cook dinners for, serve, help, and protect, and also have them maybe serve, help, and protect you? Boy, that's a lot of pressure for one person. And I put a lot of pressure on both myself and my wife. And ultimately, as a husband, that was unfair. My wife, I like on paper how you say, oh, that's your best friend. But what does that really mean? Most people, their best friend, they just kind of talk to them and confide some things in them, but their best friend also doesn't pay their bills. Their best friend also isn't someone that's in charge of the sexual happiness of that person. The best friend might just be the person that meets up at the book club and they text every morning. They actually are controlling their interactions, making them good. So everyone can't be everything to everybody. So that's lesson number one for me. Don't put that pressure on your wife like I did.
Wow, that was the Divorce Diaries podcast. The daily saga will continue tomorrow. The full season's episodes are on Patreon now. Subscribe for early access. Click the Patreon link in the description. Hopefully these entries help our anonymous recorder as a form of his own personal therapy. That's his hope and his intention. Will these recordings of life's curveballs lead this family to the best resolution in the end? We'll keep listening. New episodes are released daily on all podcast players, but all episodes are available on Patreon at Divorce Diaries Podcast Patreon page. Until next time.